All right, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. What is going on? Phil here live for my first of two fun gameplay streams today. What's up, everybody? Good to see many of you here on the stream. Today is Wednesday, April 4th, 2018. We are halfway through my birthday week celebration, folks. It's been a good week so far. I had a lot of fun so far playing new games, Far Cry 5 and Ni no Kuni 2. We've done quite the amazing progress as well. Big chunk into the playthroughs of these games. If you were wondering on the status of how I'm doing in these games, all right, Far Cry 5 today, we are entering the final region. There's 3 major regions in the game, in the map. Today we're doing the final one. So, if judging by how it worked with the previous 2 regions, more than likely, by the end of today, you know, today's 4-hour plus gameplay session, we'll be near the end of the game. We'll pretty much have been near the end of the takeover of the 3rd section, meaning tomorrow will be the big grand finale where I'll finish it up and then the big conclusion of the game. Which is funny, it's perfect. Like, that's pretty much dead on, exactly the amount of time that I would have liked to spend on the game, about, you know, a little bit over a week. So that's perfect, and I'm looking forward to the conclusion. I hope you guys are too. As you know, the game is pretty crazy in regards to some of the random stuff that's been happening. Remember yesterday, I got face checked by a plane? Yes, yesterday a plane flew into me and exploded. It's just crazy the stuff that happens in this game. Pretty wild. So, that's going to be the first stream. Tonight, folks, the continuation of Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom. Pretty great JRPG. I've been enjoying the streams because they're a lot more chill than some of the other streams that I do. It's a more laid-back game. Last night, I did the entirety of the Broadleaf storyline, and we're about to unlock the airship, meaning now the game's really going to open up for the first time. I'll be able to go anywhere I want in the game in the airship. So tonight's going to be a lot of open world exploration, checking out optional areas with the airship. And it should be a lot of fun tonight. More chill stream. So this stream, starting now, will run to around roughly 4 p.m. Pacific time. The second stream tonight, 6:15 p.m. Pacific time. You know, these are the new times. I hope everyone's settling in and getting used to the new times for the streams. Okay. Tomorrow will be the conclusion of the full week of me doing these games as, you know, back-to-back content, since it looks like I will finish up Far Cry 5, okay? But it will be Far Cry 5 and Ni no Kuni on tomorrow night's stream as well. Now, you may be wondering, with Ni no Kuni, how long is that playthrough going to go? From what I'm going to understand, people are saying there's about 3 to 5 hours left of story. Just story. But there's a significant amount of side content left to do in the game. So, even though there's only 3 to 5 hours left, more than likely my playthrough is going to end up being 10 or more hours. So you're still talking, you've got a significant amount of sessions of Ni no Kuni coming up in the future. All right. Very nice. Now, this is all building up to Friday. Friday is my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. And I will be working. That's right, I will be streaming all day Friday. First stream will be Ultra Street Fighter 2. All right, you guys have been loving the Ultra Street Fighter 2 streams I've been doing recently, so more of that on Friday's first stream. And then Friday night will be PUBG returning. I have not played PUBG now in quite some time. Oh, you know, over a week. I can't even remember the last main stream of PUBG I even did. So, it's going to be a fun, interactive day. I'll be able to share my birthday with you guys. And I am in the hopes that, you know, being that this is my birthday week, that people will maybe be generous on Friday and through tips help out with my tax situation. All right. I am in a situation here where coming up this month, I have at least 2 tax payments due. The 3rd is going to supposedly also start being due, but I won't know because I got to hear from the state of Washington and everything. I won't go into it, but basically, any help that you guys can lend this week is much appreciated. All right, with tips. You know, I'm trying to do as much as I can to be positive and festive. I got nice decorations. Every time that you guys do a nice contribution, I do a nice thank you shout out. with a party horn and the likes. It's been a pretty good week. I've liked it so far, and you guys seem to have liked the schedule change as well as the more festiveness around the streams. So, if you want to help me out, if you want to basically do whatever you can to help out the situation so that later this year I don't have to look at massive back taxes I couldn't afford and have to sell my house, what you could do is tip me during the live streams if you're enjoying them, all right? So how do you do that? If you either look below the stream, there's a grid of information, and there's one that says tips. Click on that. You can either leave an anonymous tip or your name in a message if you want a shout out. Or if you're on a mobile device, you can't see that grid of information, you could type exclamation point tip into the stream chat. That will bring up the link to leave a tip as well, all right? So thank you to anyone who has contributed so far this week. It is much appreciated. It's going to help me directly. And thank you to everyone who's been attending the streams and everything. It's been a good week so far. I've had a lot of fun. All right. All right, guys. So let's talk a little bit. All right. Let's talk a little bit in regards to what's going on here. Okay. So right now, it is the month of April, if you guys are not aware. Duh. I don't know how you would not know that it's the month of April. And we got new sub goals. New subscription goals have been set up for the channel for the month of April. Okay. These goals are much more realistic than the previous ones that I've set up for the channel. And here's hoping that we can hit them. The first goal is 450 subs. All right. And this goal is for the return of the Patron's Choice playthrough. Meaning if we hit this goal at any point during the month, patrons for this month will be nominating and voting on games for a downtime playthrough coming up in the future. All right. The good news is we're already at 438 subs. Last night we were actually at 439, but one fell out. For some reason, the sub count command is not working. Okay. I don't know why. It seems to not be working. I've been checking and checking. And the sub count, I'm using it right now. It claims only 420 subs. But my actual Twitch channel page says 438. So I don't think it's correct. I think that the sub count has broken somehow. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. It seems to be messed up. So right now I can tell you, at least when I started the stream, all right, we were at 438. And we didn't drop 18 in like a minute. So I don't know what's going on. What I'll do is at the end of this stream, I will let you guys know. I'll check on my Twitch dashboard again. I'll refresh it. And I'll see what's going on with the subs. Because ultimately, it's the Twitch dashboard that determines the amount of subs. That sub count command is just based off of certain criteria. Like certain public-facing information and criteria. And it may not be working properly. Alright? So, FYI, we're very close to the 450 already. Alright? And that being said, the good news is it looks like more than likely, by the end of this month, we're definitely hitting the tier 1 sub goal. Now, I am doing a tier 2 sub goal of 475 subs. If we do that, I'll do some kind of a fun celebratory event. It may be like a DSP Tries It episode with a product. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I haven't decided yet, quite frankly. But, I will let you guys know once more information is determined, by your feedback. Do you guys want to see a special event? Do you want to see a fun DSP Tries It vlog? Do you want to see something else? I don't know. All right. But there you go. So those are the sub goals for the month. And I think that they're very reasonable. They'll promote a little bit of growth for the channel, which is good. So that's what we're going for this month, okay? So if you subscribe, you're contributing towards that. Just know not only if you subscribe to the channel are you earning all these cool emotes and all this other fun stuff like the chat sub badges, the crowns that, accumulate with better versions. But in addition to all of that, they also allow you to earn, or work towards the sub goal, okay? Pretty good. Now, outside of all of that, what else is going on? Not too much. The only big thing in gaming news today, folks, Spider-Man for the PS4, the game that Insomniac, is it Insomniac or Insomniatic? I think it's Insomniac, right? Insomniac Games has worked on this game for quite a while. We've been waiting for information. When is this game finally coming out? Well, we get a release date. We finally got it. It's September 7th, 2018. the Spider-Man game will finally release right there at the very beginning of the hardcore gaming season. All right. A good time for it to come out for sure. And it's actually coming out at a time when it's not too deep into the hardcore gaming season. So, luckily, it's not coming out in October when traditionally you have 3 straight weeks of so many games coming out that there's no way to keep up with all of them. It's coming out relatively early, which is a good thing. I think that it'll be a good way to start off that season with a good solid entry. So we'll see. Will the Spider-Man be as good as previous Spider-Man games that I played? Keep in mind, the Spider-Man games that I played on YouTube in the past, pretty much gave me my popularity in a lot of ways. Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, both games that I played on YouTube that my playthroughs had parts that were over 1 million views. I believe Spider-Man Web of Shadows was up to 3 million views on the final part, when finally YouTube decided to change their search algorithms and kicked it completely out of YouTube search. And that's not an exaggeration. Like, it used to be all based off of popularity, and now it's not anymore. Now it's based off of their stupid criteria of, does it conform to the way we want videos to be with engagement and length and this and that? And so all my old videos that had tons of views and had people coming in to watch my stuff literally got removed from YouTube search, and all my channels lost their popularity because of that. Pretty stupid. Which is why I don't give a shit about really, anything for YouTube anymore. They basically found every possible way to screw me over the years. So I don't give a shit. I just don't. I'd be more happy now focusing on live streaming with you guys on a daily basis. Okay? So, that being said, Spider-Man coming out September 7th. I'm excited. I'll definitely be playing it. And I certainly hope that you guys will also be checking it out as well. All right? All right. Outside of that, I don't really think I have much else to talk about at all. All right. I guess what I'll do, very quickly, just cover a couple quick plugs. Number one, Patreon, as I've already mentioned. If we do hit the 450 subs this month, you're definitely going to want to be a Patreon of mine in the month of April, because you're going to be able to nominate and vote on games for the Patron's Choice playthrough. All right. So how do you do that? You go to patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Check it out. There's the campaign there I run every month, and a ton of different perks you can earn depending on your level of contributions. All right. Really awesome perks. I won't go into detail about all of them because they're all publicly listed there. But anything that you contribute via that helps me out tremendously, allows me to keep operating this business. All right. And obviously, if you pledge $5 or more by the end of the month, that's how you can get in on that Patron's Choice event. All right. So there you go. Please check that out. Number two, there's my Teespring. Any merchandise you buy from my Teespring store gives me a pretty sizable commission. It helps me out. And you obviously get a cool collectible piece of swag, as they say. So that being said, give it a look. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, fun stuff. All stuff that I'm sure you will enjoy. And I am very appreciative of anyone who does check out my Teespring. So thanks for that, guys. Last and not least, obviously, if you're here live on stream and you would like to get a shout out during today's stream, you can either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me. If you do any of those methods, I will give you a shout out during the stream. A couple exceptions apply. Number one, please keep your cheers and or contribution messages very concise, as short as possible. Please do not leave me giant paragraphs. I don't want to break the immersion of the gameplay by doing a 45-minute shout out. You know what I mean? And this is also not the time for big, lengthy Q&A questions. For example, if you have a detailed question you would like to ask me, all right, what you can do is you can ask me in my Q&A show, which is coming up later this month. It's actually going to be on the 26th of April, is my next show called Ask the King. So you can submit your questions like that on my forums at thekingofhate.com. All right. So that being said, please keep your shout out messages concise so they don't completely derail the stream. Excuse me. Number two, please understand, shout out messages are meant to be positive and or fun or funny. Negative stuff trying to draw up drama, stuff that's completely derailing to the stream, I'm probably not going to pay attention to, or I'm going to brush off. For example, yesterday I was well aware of what was going on with the YouTube shootings. I don't really have much to add besides it was horrible. Yet a bunch of people came in cheering, asking me about it. I'm like, well, what do you expect me to add to it? I don't know anything else more than you guys do. I'm here at home streaming games. I don't know what's going on, and it's a horrible thing, but I don't have anything to say. So things like that, obviously, you know, I'm not going to go on at length about. In addition, you know, there's going to be people who are going to try to troll and the like, and I'm going to ignore those as well. All right, so it's at my discretion to what length of a shout out I give for certain cheers. All right. So there you go. All right, now, if you would like an on-screen animation as a way of visual representation of your contributions today, you can either cheer 50 bits or more, you can subscribe to the channel, and then after you subscribe, a share button should appear that you can click on, or you can tip me $5 or more. If you do any of those things, you'll actually get a nice on-screen animation as well to coincide with your shout-out, which is really nice. So, visual and verbal recognition, thanks to anyone who does contribute. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys very, very much for the ongoing support, okay? Okay. So, that being said, let's do some shout-outs. Let's do some shout-outs for people who have contributed here already. Let me refresh my page because I want to be sure that all the information is correct. I know there was at least one person who did something overnight when I wasn't streaming, and I want to give them credit. So, let's see here. Okay, here we go. So, first of all, shout out to Golden Colts, who did a 255-bit cheer overnight. Thank you very much, Golden Colts. Appreciate that, sir. King Swaggins cheered and said, there was a new Spider-Man exclusive cover trailer. It was amazing. Only a minute long. Showcased some more gameplay. This is shaping up to be the best Spider-Man game of all time. Sadly, there's no release date in the trailer, though. And then he cheered again and said, oops, never mind. There was a trailer for Spider-Man with the release date. It isn't until September 7th, though. Damn. I'm okay with that. It's like I said, it seems to be a perfect time for it to come out. It's a good way to start the hardcore gaming season strong. And, you know, I'm looking forward to it. So there you go. Level Up Gamer just cheered and said, Phil, some of your fan art on your pre-stream slideshow is showing your setup and PS4 dashboard in the background. Very strange. I thought I would make you aware. I am aware. Here's the deal, folks. If you would like to design fan art for the streams, right, for any of my upcoming playthroughs, just to give you some examples of games I'll be playing soon. Obviously, Far Cry 5 and Ni no Kuni right now. Next week, I'll be playing the game Extinction, which is a unique blend of, like, World of Warcraft with Attack on Titan. I have no idea if it's going to be any good. However, I have been granted a review copy code for the game, which I will be checking out on release day, Tuesday, okay? So, I'll be checking that game out if you want to make fan art for that. Obviously, God of War later this month. I mean, that's a no-brainer that I'll be playing God of War. Ultra Street Fighter 2 is a game that I'll be playing on and off in April and May to prepare for the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. That's another one if you want to make fan art for. You know, that'll be something I could use on the streams. Call of Duty. I haven't played it in a while now, but I may eventually go back to it for a stream or two, just for variety's sake. So, right now, those are the immediate games. I'm sure there'll be more games coming up in the near future that I'll be, you know, interested in checking out. But those are just the ones in the short term that I'm interested in playing, okay? So that being said, you know, any fan art you'd like to submit, you can submit it over on my forums. It's thekingofhate.com/forums, or just thekingofhate.com, and there's a forums tab you can click. And then in there, there's a section for fan art, all right? There's a section for fan art where you can submit artwork. Now, why, okay, why do you think there is fan art that seems to not fit the stream? Well, it's very simple, guys. My streams are widescreen, meaning they're a 16:9 aspect ratio. Typically, 1920 by 1080 is the pixel ratio that you can make fan art in. Some people do, 1280 by 720. That's considered 720p or whatever. Either of those resolutions work, but some people just don't do fan art that's widescreen. I don't know why, but they don't. They submit fan art that's different ratios, and what happens, as you can see, is that OBS, my streaming software, attempts to fit it to the stream, and it doesn't exactly fit perfectly. It has a few issues. So you might see peeking around the corner of the fan art, you may see the PS4 dashboard, or you may see my webcam. I turned off the webcam, FYI, so you don't have to see it this morning, but sometimes it's happening. All right, sometimes it happens. I'm not a picky person, all right? I'm not a person who's going to be such a jerk or a stickler that because a piece of fan art doesn't perfectly fit the stream, or because a piece of fan art isn't like something that you know, is expertly made, you know, by someone who has tons of expertise in Photoshop. I'm not a jerk like that. I will use your fan art if I just think it's cool, you know, on the streams. There's some cases where I won't, if I find it offensive, or if there's a reason why I feel like I can't. But in general, most fan art that's submitted gets used, all right? So there you go. There's no strict criteria for fan art, and some people just don't understand the aspect ratio for the fan art. Hopefully that clarifies. There you go. Feck316 cheered and said, "Are you a Roman Reigns mark?" Let me put it this way. Am I a mark for Roman Reigns? Hell no. I understand the guy is way over pushed by WWE. They want him to be John Cena 2.0. All right, the problem is, since day one when he started to get his push, the fans, or smart fans, smarks as they're called, people who understand the behind-the-scenes politics of WWE, pretty much have never embraced Roman Reigns, which is why even though he's pushed as a face or, you know, good guy in the programs, everyone boos him. People think he got way too many opportunities way too early in his career. He didn't earn them. You know, his fellow Shield brethren, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, although they also have seen success, and neither of them have had as much success as him. At least in regards to, like, Seth Rollins was a heel for like a year and held the title, and then after that he got hurt, you know, and now he's had issues really getting back up to where he was. While Roman Reigns pretty much almost always stays at the top of the card no matter what he's doing. All right. Now, here's the thing. I actually don't think that Roman Reigns is very bad in the ring. I think he's evolved his wrestling game. I think he's much better now than he used to be. He's still pretty shitty on promos, which is a key part of pro wrestling. If you can't cut a good promo, it's hard to be a top guy. And he's really not that good, in my opinion. But at the same time, I do think he's trying actively. And the fact that people hate him so much, I don't think is fair. Because I don't think it's his fault. I think WWE gives him really crappy stuff to do. So he does the crappy stuff he's told to do, trying to be a company man. And then everyone boos it. And that's not right. It's, you know, I don't think it is. Now, the thing is, with characters like John Cena and Roman Reigns, if they became anti-heroes, if they became more like the Austin character, where they just didn't give a damn about anyone, and, you know, they attack everyone, they're definitely not a purebred, you know, clean-cut face, but instead they become these kind of more anti-heroes, I think they could be better characters, but WWE refuses to do it. Like, they won't change these characters or turn them. They just want them to be these cookie-cutter, squeaky clean good guys, and that's another reason why a lot of people don't like these wrestlers, all right? Like I said, in my opinion, is Roman Reigns terrible? No. Is Roman Reigns a bad guy? No. But he's certainly not the best in the company. I don't think that at the level that he performs at, that he deserves the spot. He does not deserve the main event of WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar again. It's the second effing time they're giving him the same main event match. What the hell? Like, there's so many guys at WWE coming up who would be a better match. There's so many guys who, you know, have worked their butts off and deserve more, and they give it to Roman Reigns again. It's just like, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. So all that being said, I don't hate Roman Reigns. I'm not a mark for Roman Reigns. There you go. Okay. Aliphisaurus just cheered and said, what would you say is your favorite weather? Mine is about 65 to 75 with low humidity. I think we should clarify 65 to 75 Fahrenheit, because a lot of the viewers are outside the United States and actually use the other system, Celsius, okay? 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, low humidity. I would say any temperature that's a moderate temperature. So for me, that would be probably the 50s up to, say, the 70s, with no humidity. I do not like humidity. I think that humidity sucks. Humidity makes the air sticky, and it makes it harder to breathe, and it just makes everything feel heavy, and it tires you out, all right? The bottom line is, when it's sunny and bright and hot, if there's no humidity, you can just walk to the shade and calm down. When there's humidity, it doesn't matter where you go, you're going to sweat your nuts off, and that's why I don't like it. When I lived in Connecticut, we basically got the worst of everything. We got cold winters with snow and ice. We got hurricanes, tornadoes, and then in the summer, super high, hot, humid temperatures. It's like the worst weather everywhere combined. I don't know how anyone could defend the weather in the northeastern United States. They actually have a saying in the northeastern United States. If you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes. Because that's what it is. It changes so constantly, and it's always the most extreme nonsense. It's terrible. I just don't like it. So that being said, I prefer more moderate weather. Here in Washington, I'll be honest, we get a lot of rain. We do. It's right today. It's cloudy. It's raining outside. But the weather's moderate. It's, you know, the temperatures typically stay in a pretty fair range. We don't get the cold, usually. Maybe when we will have it a couple times a year. We also don't get the extreme heat. We get kind of a, you know, middle of the road kind of a deal, and that's good. That's what I like. I don't like the extremes, especially because, you know, my back injury and everything. Shoveling snow is a no-go. All right. Okay. Shout out to Level Up Gamer. He says, I thought about it. I plan on buying Street Fighter Collection on the PlayStation 4, and I'll let you know my PSN gamer tag closer to release if you're looking to face fans. I absolutely will. In fact, Level Up Gamer, yes, please do. What I will be doing, initially when I get the collection, all right, what I'll be doing is checking out all the games in it. All right, I'll probably be maybe doing a few quick arcade mode runs and what they call in the lab videos, where I'll take a character, bring them in the training mode to show you guys strategies and stuff that I know. In particular, the game I'm going to play probably the most is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. But I'll also be playing Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And to some extent, Street Fighter Alpha 3, although I'm not good at that game. I openly admit I'm not good at it at all. Okay, so I know I'm not going to be doing great in that one. I'll be playing all those games, probably doing in the lab, you know, stuff, and then going online. And more than likely, I'll do some random sets when these games first launch. Then I'll probably be doing fan set where viewers want to join a lobby that I create. Now, keep in mind, this is all speculation. This is all based on the fact that we're assuming Capcom is actually going to make, it's actually going to make a good online experience. We don't know if they will. We don't even know if they're going to have lobbies. Capcom has sometimes released games that don't have working lobbies. You know what I mean? Like, we're all assuming Capcom's going to release this really robust, amazing collection in May. And we're all just assuming things that could be completely wrong. So that being said, I guess we'll find out. We'll see what happens. But I definitely would love to be doing fan, you know, lobbies with people who want to, you know, fight with me in those games. I'm excited for it. Okay, so there you go. All right. Jack Spartacus, cheers. Did a hog tried to go after my dog last night? No joke. Well, that's not good. Tell your hog to hands off your dog. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, then. And then Jack Spartacus just cheered again. Said, all is good, and toot toot everybody. All right, there you go. Rave Comic cheered. He says, what's the worst mechanics a game can have bugged? Whoa, I don't even know what that means. What's the worst mechanics a game you have bugged? There's quite a lot of things that could go wrong with a video game, including offline play not working, online play not working, physics not working, I mean, clipping. I don't even know where to begin. So sadly I cannot really answer your cheer appropriately because I don't think I have enough I don't have enough specifics to hone it down into a informed answer. Sorry. I got an anonymous dollar tip. It says, Phil, what's so special about Extinction? You said you would never accept a free copy of the game because it's bad for the industry. Wrong. Wrong. You're wrong. That's not what I said at all. But people, what they like to do is take things that I said and misconstrue them and twist them into their own thing to make, oh, Phil's a hypocrite. He said he would never accept a copy of a game. That's ridiculous. I never said that, all right? Here's the deal. Here's what I actually said. I said, I disagree with this practice where game developers, game publishers, and marketing companies give out advanced copies of video games, big AAA releases that people are, you know, waiting for, hyping, weeks and weeks and weeks in advance. We're talking 2-3 weeks in advance. You've got people who are giving exclusivity, all right, to stream on Twitch, to play on YouTube these games. And so you get game playthroughs that are out weeks ahead of time. Weeks. All right? The whole game is spoiled already before the game's even released. All right? Now, these people make huge bank, humongous bank on doing this because they're the only people allowed to do it. You know, sometimes it's like 10 people who are, oh, the big streamer and the big YouTuber gets the game right away and they get to do pre-release videos of the game. You know, it's nonsense. All right? In my opinion, it's ridiculous. As I've told you guys many times, I don't view myself as better than any of you guys. I don't. I have always, since day one, since the first day I put my camera up in front of my television and recorded my own gameplay, I see myself the same as you. The Joe Average Gamer who goes and, you know, just like you, gets games on release day, plays them on release day. We all experience these games together, and then we formulate an honest opinion based on what's available upon the game's official release. We're not going to play games 3 weeks ahead of their release, before they have their final patches, before the online capabilities are even enabled properly, and try to formulate an opinion. We're not going to all try to collectively beat each other to the punch to play the game so we can get videos on the internet to make money. It's ridiculous. And quite frankly, just the culture of gaming has changed so much. Back in the day when I started on YouTube, the reason, all right, that I was popular was because I was a guy who on release day lined up like you guys, bought the game as soon as I could, came home and played it and uploaded the videos. So I had gameplay videos of games on release day right away. I was one of the few people who did that. A lot of people would play games casually or whatever. They wouldn't have a full playthrough up of a hot new release within a week. Instead, it would take them, you know, a month or more because they only put out one video a day. You know, I was very different from what the common YouTuber was doing. But then, all of a sudden, over the years, it became about the big popular YouTubers who didn't even make gameplay videos. All of a sudden now are getting advanced game copies and playing games online early. It's a ridiculous practice. At this point, the whole games industry has become so much about money. And all these YouTubers who get these advanced copies and all these streamers who get super early copies and they're playing the games early. I just saw a tweet by Jeff Knightley. Jeff Knightley, all right, on Twitter. Oh, I can confirm that I have just completed my first playthrough of God of War, and I will tell you guys all about it soon. What? Why did Jeff Knightley get a fucking copy of God of War 3 weeks early? And he's done with the game already? What? Not Knightley, Keeley, excuse me. I'm saying his name wrong. Jeff Keeley. Boy, I blew that. Not Knightley. I don't know why I was saying that. For some reason, I've always had this thing in my head that his name's Knightley. It's Keeley, right? Jeff Keeley? Yeah. So anyway, Jeff Keeley posting up that he's already played the entire game and everything. It's like, what? Why? You know? I mean, okay, he's a games journalist. Cool. Why does he get the game 3 weeks early? It doesn't make any sense. It's, again, it's like this little, are you one of the in guys in the industry who gets all the games early and makes big bang? Because let's face it, anyone right now who got a copy of God of War and is able to stream it exclusively early or play the game early is going to put out videos and make ridiculous amounts of money, thousands of dollars, all right, based off of having the game early. I 100% disagree with this practice. I think it's harmful to the industry. It's harmful for gamers. It creates this elitist group of people who formulate opinions early about games before they're out and before the common person can actually get their hands on them and legitimately formulate their own opinion. I hate this practice. I've always hated it and I always will. I have the impression no one should get an early release copy of a game at all. Everyone should get it. You have to go out and get the games on release. Now, if you get a review copy, okay, you get it on release day like everybody else. And we all play the game together collectively, and we all figure out for ourselves what the game is. The days of media outlets needing to get copies a month early because they need to write up a print story for their print magazine are 20 years outdated. We have the internet now. We don't need this anymore. Okay? There's absolutely no excuse besides, let's just give our game early to a few YouTubers and streamers so they'll get hype views and then more people will buy the games. It's an underhanded practice. It creates artificial hype because you know the people who play those games kiss the game's butt because they're getting paid to do it. They're making tons of bank to play those games early. All right? It's ridiculous. That is what I disagree with. All right? That is what I disagree with. I don't disagree with people getting review copies altogether. That's ridiculous. You know, especially someone like me. Think about how many games I buy in a year, right? To get a release or review copy is a nice thing. It's okay, a little bit of money I don't have to spend. And let's face it, Extinction, I don't know much about the game. I've seen a trailer for it and it looked interesting, but it might have been a game that was off my radar that I might not have checked out. Now, because I've received a review copy of it, we're going to check it out next week firsthand. Together, we're going to judge if the game's any good, and we're going to be honest about it, right? And by the way, even though I am getting a review copy a day early, that's right, I'm going to be able to play it on Monday. I'm not. I'm purposely waiting until Tuesday to play this game on release day, the day when it's supposed to be released, because that's what I believe in. Not being some elitist guy who thinks he's better than you and should be playing the game early to get cheap views and extra money. It's ridiculous. I hate the practice completely. I'm purposely waiting to be just like you guys because that's what I believe in. So there you go. There's your honest answer. Thank you for the $1 tip. And please don't misconstrue my words into something that I've never said, because I never said the thing that you said in your message. Okay. There you go. King of Hypocrisy cheered, and he's talking about drama. I already addressed this last night, King of Hypocrisy. It's very simple. Well, allow me to address the situation very honestly. All right? There are no leaks. There's no special nonsense drama going on the internet whatsoever. Everything you're hearing is complete and utter misinformation. All right? To clarify, I said this on last night's pre-stream. I'll say it very briefly here. When I make a private Q&A video for someone who pledges to my Patreon campaign, they are told 3 distinct things. This video, number 1, is for you. Number 2 is for your friends. And number 3 is for whatever you want to do with it. When you pledge to my Patreon at the perk level to get a private Q&A video, all right, it's up to you to do whatever you want with that video. If you want to keep it for yourself, you'll want to put it public on the internet, that's your discretion because you earned it with your Patreon pledge, all right? So what's happened is a few, I guess, I don't even know if it's a few or if it's just one. I have no idea because I'm not paying attention. But apparently a patron Q&A video from over a year ago, from what I understand, it's a patron Q&A video from like a year and a half ago, like an old one, was made public on the internet. And in it, I give my very candid opinions about certain things, like certain kinds of YouTubers. I also talk about, you know, with the bad situation that I'm in, stuck with having this condo in Connecticut. I can never really get rid of at this point. And by the way, everything I said in that private Q&A video was already public information. It's stuff I've already said over the years publicly. But for some reason, people seem to think that this is some kind of a special video that had all this secret, private information that Phil's never talked about, and now it's been revealed. Wrong. All that stuff I've already said. It's just that people, again, they're bored. There's nothing going on. There's no drama surrounding Phil. We have to find some reason for drama. Oh, let's do this drama. There's no drama. It's bullshit. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. So there you go. I don't care about it. I really don't give a shit. It's stuff I've already said in the past. It's a year and a half outdated anyway. I don't care. So stop bothering me with it. Okay. Shout out to Babyman Gaming, who did a 50-bit cheer. He says, what do you think about God of War 4 not following the same formula as God of War 1 through 3 in fast action hack and slash gameplay, but with a fixed camera angle? God of War 4 is using Freeview, looks much slower than previous games, not giving it that build, such as fast-paced action. Fans will embrace this new change or be upset at these new changes. I don't know. Here's the thing. God of War is pulling a Resident Evil, where after having, you know, a set way that the series had been established for the greater part of, you know, a decade, they're changing it up completely. Will it be successful? I mean, we don't know. It's going to depend on is the game quality. You know, Resident Evil first went from a fixed camera angle, you know, very limited resources kind of a game, you know, hardcore survival horror, I think a lot of people call it, to then an over-the-shoulder, third-person kind of action-based shooter, which at first with Resident Evil 4 and 5 was very successful, but then in 6 kind of fell off. So then they changed it again, right, to become first-person. And that was very successful with Resident Evil 7. So what's going to happen in regards to God of War? I don't know. I don't know. It could end up being great. It could end up being shit. You don't know till you play it. Of course, Jeff Keighley knows because he played the game 3 weeks early for some godforsaken reason. But outside of Jeff Keighley, we're all just going to have to wait until April 20th. We'll all play the game together. I'll be playing it here on stream, sharing my live experiences with you to let you guys know. I'll definitely say, in regards to what I've seen of the game, it looks good. And the fact of what I heard, like, oh, it's going to be open world. You can go in any order in the game, you know, to the different regions, a la Dark Souls and things like that. The premise of the game sounds good, more modernized and more interesting than the previous God of War game. I mean, God of War Ascension, I did not like that game. I thought God of War Ascension was very bad. It was just kind of nowhere near as good as the first 3 games. Now, of course, it wasn't made by the same studio as God of War 1 through 3, but still, it was an official entry in the series. I didn't like it. So I think at that point, maybe the game dev said, all right, we got to take a step back from this more traditional formula, and maybe we just got to do something different, okay? So, that being said, we'll all find out for ourselves coming up later this month. All right. Babyman Gaming did another cheer, said variety streamer. Then he did another cheer. He says, I was watching videos of you on YouTube and someone talked about someone named Tyrone. As far as I know, Tyrone wasn't part of your inner circle back in CT. Who is he? I don't know. It's probably a joke. It's probably one of these stupid memes. Quite frankly, it's probably one of these really stupid memes that people who don't like me just made up. All right? I don't know what it is. I have no idea. All right? It's probably, like I said, it's a detractor meme, and they all think it's funny amongst themselves. It's an inside joke that normal humans who don't care about their real kiddie schoolyard nonsense wouldn't have no idea what it means. But for them, it's the most hilarious thing ever. It's just like all the other ones. I prefer a penne. What the hell does that mean? I'm sure maybe there was a question someday and I said that maybe as an answer. I don't know. It becomes a meme with them. And to them, to reiterate this brainless meme is the most funny thing you could possibly do. And it immediately makes you cool if you use this meme. For us normal people, we look at it like, what the hell does that? I prefer a penne. How is this funny? How does this make any sense? You just stand there scratching your head like, what is this? Right? Like, what are you talking about? But again, when you just have this the mindset of I don't even know how to. It's like kind of like a crowd mindset. What's no, not hive mind, but a collective mindset, right? A group of people who they have this feeling over the internet that they get it and they're part of a community because they have these common memes that they use. They don't even make sense. That's what they are. So I think Tyrone, the penne one, there's like 20 of these, all right? And they always bring them up. So it's really stupid. It's why you never hear me talking about that nonsense. Because I don't know what it is, right? You know, it's funny because some of them make sense. The camera was on the whole time. Okay, that's a meme that makes sense. That 100% relates to an embarrassing moment that had to happen to me on stream that I'll never live down. You know, forever, people will always be bringing that up. It's almost a 2-year anniversary. I'll still be hearing it till I'm, dead. I'll still hear references to what happened. That one I'll concede makes sense. But some of the stuff these guys make up is just so just wild and just nonsensical, right? I just don't get it. All right. Mr. Terrahawk just cheers. Says, we'll be doing the weapons challenges in Far Cry 5. Well, here's the thing, Mr. Terrahawk. I don't know if you were around for yesterday's stream session. I wanted to do it, and then when I went to the challenges, live challenges area, it was glitched. It said, live challenges are not working right now. I was like, huh? Because it was weird, because I got a pop-up in-game that said, live challenges are now active. So I went to check them. What are they? What are these fun weapon challenges? And it didn't exist. I was like, oh, man. So apparently they were supposed to go live yesterday, but then when I went to do them, they didn't work. And that sucks. So I guess we'll see today. All right, we'll see what happens. We'll see if it works. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to do about it. All right, I would be more than happy to check it out. I just don't know if it's going to work. King Swaggins just cheered. And he said, Spider-Man PS4 is going to be at locked 30 frames per second. The developer was asked questions. He said, hell no for microtransactions and a hell no to Uncle Ben's death again. That's very nice. We're not going to keep killing Uncle Ben. In every goddamn game, we're not going to kill Uncle Ben. Well, I guess that's kind of refreshing, because sadly, this does have, you know, we got to keep showing that same scene where Uncle Ben dies over and over and over. 47 times in the game. All right, well, that's a good one. Locked at 30 frames per second. I'll be honest here. I really don't feel that at any point during this console generation, we're going to get 60 frames. It's very few and far between when we get games at 60. I mean, I'm actually playing Ni no Kuni 2 at 30 frames per second on stream, but it plays at a full 60 with variation. Sometimes it dips. I'm incredibly surprised. Most game devs don't even go for that anymore. They realize that the bar is 30. Like, they just stop trying at some point. I don't know. So, quite frankly, even though I would like 60, I'm going to say okay to 30 for Spider-Man. I don't think it needs to be 60 frames. 30 seems to be a respectable amount for kind of an action-adventure game in the modern era. So hopefully it's good. I'm looking forward to the game. Level Up Gamer Charity says, I co-sign what you said about detractors. Most normal people know what they say is nonsense. It sucks they manipulate more popular streamers and YouTubers. I don't want to make your pre-stream to that nonsense, just trying to give 2 cents. No, I agree. And the bottom line is, it's not necessarily that they manipulate them, but other YouTubers realize there's slow days. Here's what you guys got to realize. All right, here's what you really have to realize. Every day I have something to do, because what my primary purpose on the internet to do is to share fun gameplay experiences with you guys on a daily basis. There's an unlimited amount of games out there, especially in the modern era. There's not a single day where I can say, well, guys, sorry, there's no games to play. I've played them all. I'm done. So I have nothing to do today. And I throw my hands up in the air and I play nothing. No, that's never going to happen. There's so many video games out there, right, that I can honestly just constantly be putting them out, you know, streams and fun stuff for you guys. No issue. But for some of these YouTubers, that's not the case. They only make their name on making drama. You know, they only put out 1 video a day. Wow, such hard work. And when they do that, they have to, you know, stir up drama, stir up problems, right? Because that's how they get their views. So it's just, oh man, it's a slow day. I really don't have anything to talk about. Oh, I know. Let's go pick on this guy who everyone else has picked on already. You know, the dead horse is not beaten enough, I guess. And they make a stupid. Now, why is this YouTuber randomly making a video about Dark Side Phil? I don't know, because they got nothing else to do. Because, you know, if they actually had an agenda, if they actually had a schedule, if they actually had a work ethic, or, you know, in some cases talent, they probably would be able to do videos that didn't involve tons of negativity and tons of nonsense drama about people. But the bottom line is, people who are like that and all you see is crap like that is probably because that's the only way they can get popular. Remember, guys, YouTube changed all the algorithms a couple years ago. Now they actively promote drama videos. At any point you make a negative video on YouTube, you are guaranteed to get more views, more popularity, because of the ways, the algorithms that YouTube created to promote games. All right? See what I mean? Why do you think Logan Paul videos got so popular? Why do you think people who make this toxic drama content daily get so many views? It's because the way that they've programmed the site. So, I could actually, you know, try to do positive, fun content today, or I could just do a cheap drama video about Phil and make tons of views. So that's what they do. It's the easy way out, folks. I don't even know what else to say. Okay, Rave Comic Charity says, I don't even understand the thing about Penne, but it's becoming funny for non-detractors because it's so ridiculous. It's funny to say at this point. I agree. I have no idea what it means. YOLO Dauber Charity says, you should move to the Middle East. They don't have income tax. And then they have a whole other slew of issues, though. I don't really think there's a perfect place to live. Let's be real here. I don't think there's like, this is the best place on the planet to live and there'll be no issues. I don't think that exists. As they say, the grass is always greener, right? You always think that where you're not is better. Chances are you might be in a good spot and you just don't know it. Aldi Guy says I should embrace the memes as long as they aren't mean-spirited. Penne is kind of funny. Well, here's the thing. I do. Like, for example, people have asked me about the Penne thing, and I will joke about it. You know, I've made spin-off. I've posted on Instagram silly things, you know, or responded to people with silly messages. Even on Twitter, I've done it. You know, but sometimes I just like, what does it mean? I would love to know if there's any kind of actual like intelligent human thought associated with it, or if it's just something stupid for the sake of being stupid. I just don't get it. Rave Comic cheered again. He said, stealing memes from detractors only takes away their weight. And Baby Man Gaming cheered and said, thank God I'm back. I was banned for a second. I don't know why. Well, I don't know why either, Baby Man Gaming, but if you were banned only for a second, okay. Chances are it was the bot. The bot will time you out. Maybe you use too many, maybe you use maybe you use capital letters. Maybe you use, emotes. I don't know. I don't know. But I apologize, obviously. YOLO the Opportunity says, the Why Am I Toxic meme is the most famous among detractors. Yeah, and it's funny because that stupid Why Am I Toxic meme has really nothing to do with what they associate it with. If, I guess the origination was I was playing Dark Souls at some point and I got the toxic status effect. So I screamed, why am I toxic? Because I didn't understand how I had gotten that status effect. I hadn't seen who had inflicted it on me. And they turned that into like a me meaning that like I'm yelling about myself being toxic on streams or something. I don't know. Again, is there really a definitive explanation? Probably not. There's probably no logical explanation of any of this stuff. But apparently they really like that meme. Okay. Alright guys, I think we're good. Okay, I think we're in a situation where we've gotten through all the oh, never mind. Oliviosaurus just cheered and said, if you get past the tax situation by the end of the year and your channel continues to grow, would you consider going on a weekend trip next year to Cali next year? Well, first of all, alright? First of all, guys, I have no plans whatsoever on going on any kind of a vacation anytime soon. Alright? No serious traveler vacations. In fact, Kat has even said, I had to travel. You know, she traveled multiple times in the past year from, you know, where she used to live here to come visit me. And she's like, I am so tired right now of plane travel and everything. I don't want to do any kind of traveling for a while. She just wants to be here and settle in here and enjoy living where we live. All right. If anything, what we may do is just take a quick drive into Seattle, which is only about 45 minutes away, and have, you know, a day or two in Seattle. I want to show Kat the sights. I want to show her the Space Needle. I want to show her some of the cool museums. I want to show her Pike Place Market, maybe the aquarium, maybe the zoo. You know, I want to show her the cool stuff that's all nearby here. The thing is, I need to actually have time away from streaming to do that, which, as you guys know, I'm here 6 days a week. I get 1 day off a week to spend with her. That's it. So, you know, haven't really had that opportunity. In the next couple of months, if I can get into a situation, for example, you know, this week in particular, people have been really nice in regards to helping me out. And if maybe by the end of this week, you know, I can sit in a position to be like, okay, I'm not in a terrible position regarding taxes or nothing at this point. Maybe then I could plan a mini trip for 2-3 days into Seattle away from streaming. It'll be good. I'll relax my voice. It'll be good for health. And, you know, spending some time with her, seeing the sights of Seattle. So we'll see. But that would really be it at this point. No, I have no plans whatsoever in the near future to travel anywhere significant. I don't have the money for it. I'm not in a position where I could be not working, you know, for a week to go on. Like I would love to go to California. You know, one of the things I definitely want to do eventually, go to California with Kat, spend some time in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, maybe go to Universal Studios, maybe go to Disneyland. That's the kind of cool vacation that eventually I would just like to do for a few days and then, you know, come right back. But right now, that is not even anywhere within reasonable reach. So, there you go. All right. That is it, guys. Let's end the pre-stream. I'm actually going to quickly use the restroom. I have to take a leak. I will do that quick before I start. And then we will begin with the stream. Far Cry 5. Sound good, guys? All right. Give me like 5 minutes to go quickly use the restroom. Then I'll be back and we'll begin. Thanks to everyone who cheered already on the pre-stream. I appreciate it. And we'll get started momentarily. Thanks, and see you in a few.